Hello, people. Yeah, it's a Sunday morning, and as usual, yours most truly is David. I'm taking it easy and cool, just like Cool in the Gang, right? Yeah, easy does it. I'm taking it easy and cool, right here, from the choicest part of this planet. That's right, from the country most closest to the middle of the center of this planet, situated on the equator and intersected by the Greenwich Meridian, where Mother Earth, this planet, has its family jewels. That's right, the choicest part of Mother Earth's body is right here in the middle of its center, where you find this one-of-a-kind country with one-of-a-kind people, known as Ghana, formerly known as Gold Coast. That's right, the home of the Ashanti Kingdom. Wow. Yeah, I guess that rings a bell, right? The name Ashanti. It is how inspiring, of course, because the whole world has felt the vibes of Ashanti, and it has left an indelible mark in their lives. That's right, as well as in their minds. That's right. This is where yours most truly is coming from, with the good news that will set you free, the truth, the gospel, according to St. David, of course, the truth that has been hidden from you for obvious slavish, colonial, and neo-colonial reasons, to keep you in perpetual bondage, squalor, ignorance. That's right. That is the colonial project. The colonialists set out to colonize other nations, to disconnect them from their spiritual, their cultural, and historical heritage, to program them into perpetual ignorance and forgetfulness, oblivion of themselves, so that they will continue to become victims. They will continue to be the place where the enemy can come to loot, pillage, sodomize, and do all the imaginable horrors. That's right, in order to create the heaven that they have in the northern hemisphere. That's right. So they have vowed to keep us where we are in order to sustain the lifestyle that they built on stealing, looting, pillaging, killing, and sodomizing the cradle of civilization, that is Africa. That's right. They have vowed to keep us in the place where they want us to be. They have appointed themselves God over our lives. I mean, this is the delusion that they have bought into, making themselves God in place of the Creator. That's right. And that is the saddest mistake that they did, because believing in all the lies they used to mislead us, not only believing in them, but then propagating the lies, continue to say it to our children, our children's children, repeatedly, they hear them too. And you see, the brain works in a very funny way. If you continue lying and listening to your lies, eventually your subconscious will accept it as truth. So it goes both ways, doesn't it? They have bought into the lies that they told us. They sold it to their children's children. Their entire generation is living on the lies that their parents told them. So they cannot come to terms with the reality of the laws of the planetary intelligence. They believe that the sun will not set on the empire that they have created, thinking that they are exempt from the immutable laws of nature. That is the greatest delusion, you see? Yeah. And that is their fault. That is their nemesis. Because everyone has to succumb to the changes that comes with the changes of the cycles and the times and the ages. Yeah, empires have risen and empires have fallen. But our captors, yes, our slave master seemed to have deluded himself to thinking that his reign of terror on the children of God would never come to an end. So, you see, yeah, he is too far gone. He cannot be saved, because the changes that is coming with the immutable laws of nature is certainly going to crush anyone who opposes it. And how can you purport to oppose the source that birthed you? How can you purport to oppose and replace the energy that birthed you? The energy that gave you all the knowledge that you have. How can you just rise up against that energy and think that you can subvert it? Obviously, it is the height of tomfoolery to think that you can outwit the planetary intelligence from which you inherited your DNA. If you are able to do all the wonderful things that you think you're doing in science and technology, then what do you expect the energy that birthed you to be capable of? I mean, just think. I mean, you can't confront this energy. You can't fight against it. It is an exercise in futility. You see? So, you see, it's a kind of madness that grips people when they sell themselves into lies and delusions. Initially, to deceive other people and have power over them. But eventually, yeah, just as the laws of physics states, every action has an opposite reaction. Yeah, there is a kickback to what they are putting out in the world, and it comes back right at them. So now they have become victims of the lies that they have told. And they are so far gone that they don't understand. They cannot believe that the time is coming when they have to give it all up. Just like their predecessors. Just like it has been all the time. That's right. They refuse to admit that that time will come. But then, if they refuse to go with the flow of the planetary intelligence, it will definitely crash them. The planetary intelligence will prove to them that it birthed them and not the other way around. And that every capability, every intelligence that they possessed was bequeathed to them by the planetary intelligence. Unfortunately, the laws of nature are immutable and cannot be abused. They cannot be broken without consequences. No one has ever escaped from the long arm of the law of the planetary intelligence. It is yet to be recorded. The greatest of them all in memorable history have succumbed to the immutable laws of the changes that come with time. So I am here to remind you, wake up from the delusions that you have spun around yourself. You initially thought you were spinning the labyrinth around the innocent victims. You initially thought you were creating a maze in which to lose your victims. But you have been caught up in it, hopelessly caught up in it, and you are going to be a victim of the same labyrinth, the same maze that you threw out there in order to entrap and to deceive the children of the planetary intelligence. That's right. This is yours most truly, coming to you with a lasting gospel from the choicest part of this planet. From the country most closest to the middle of a center of Mother Earth, where Mother Earth has its planet, its family jewels. That's right. Just check out your body and you'll find your family jewels right in the middle of the center of your anatomy. And so does Mother Earth has its family jewels right here in this one-of-a-kind country, situated on the equator and intersected by the Greenwich Meridian. The country of His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, the descendant of the patriarch of the Ashanti Kingdom, the most well-documented, fearful, and still standing kingdom, empire in sub-Saharan Africa. That's right, that is the Ashanti Kingdom. That's right. His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei Tutu II is a direct descendant of the Egyptian god that is known by the father of all lies as Osiris, but whose real name is actually Osei. Yeah, that is what it is. That's right. We, the Akans, the Nubians of West Africa, the Ashantis, that's right, the tribe of Judah, that's right. We are the descendants of the Egyptian god Osei, who is known as Osiris, and Asasi, whom the white man calls Isis. Now, these are the real Nubian names that have been bastardized for obvious colonial reasons and neo-colonial reasons. Just like Pharaoh Tutankhamun, who is your regular Akan and a Nubian and a Quiapum of the Akan clan here in Ghana. Yeah, they tried to change it into Tutankhamun, but the real name is Tutankhamun. That's right. Just like Akhenaten, Pharaoh Akhenaten, whom the white man, for obvious reasons, like to refer to as Akhenaten. Just like Pharaoh Khufu, whose name has been changed to Pharaoh Khufu. Just like Pharaoh Ametope, from the Levite clan of the tribe of the ancient Hebrew Israelites. That's right. He's an Ever. That's right. And his descendants are right here in Ghana. Now, all these ancestors of ours live in our genetic memory, no doubt. That's right. Our ancestors live in our blood, and they keep popping up, and they will continue to pop up. And there is nothing that can suppress the DNA of the first patriarchs who established the first civilization from which the entire world is currently enjoying. Yeah, that's the ancient civilization of Kemet. It is written all over the walls of the pyramids in the first language created by my ancestors. That is the hieroglyphics, in which everything that we did in Egypt are inscribed on the walls of the pyramid. Now you will find aeroplanes, submarines, everything that has been technologically produced in our current time were done by my ancestors in the ancient days of Egypt, and they are depicted all over the walls of the pyramid. You may have been told the palpable lie that it was a white man who taught you how to read and write. But then it was our people who came up with the first form of writing. We taught them how to read and write, as a matter of fact. We taught them everything that they knew. The Greek philosophers, Archimedes, Aristotle, Plato, just name them, they all learned at the feet of the jet black Nubian high priest of ancient Egypt. That is my ancestors. They learned at the feet of Pharaoh Amenhotep, whose real name is Ametope, and they have it firmly written in their journals, in their books, that they learned from us. This is the history that has been hidden from you, okay? But then the fact remains that these people are our ancestors, and they live in our blood. They live in our genetic memory, and they'll keep popping up in the lives of His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei Tutu II. They'll keep popping up as the man of the millennium, Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. They'll keep popping up as the most exemplary and long-serving Secretary General of the United Nations, that is Kofi Annan. They'll keep popping up as the African star, Nana Safo Kantanka, the master of all trades, from agriculture to space and rocket science. He's got it all without having a formal white man's education. Just to show you that the DNA doesn't lie. The DNA is the will of the planetary intelligence etched in your blood. And for as long as it is left unstifled, yes, it will express itself to the glory of God just like the birds do. Just look at the jaw-dropping nest that the birds built. They build it without having any formal education. They have their inner compass. They do all the things from the DNA that is in their blood. But believe me, the DNA of our ancestors, that of the human, is far greater than what you find in the birds and the butterflies and other manifestations of nature. And if left unstifled, inhibited by religion, our greatest adversary, the pig-headed ideologists who go about destroying the multiplicity and variety of life, and then hegemonizing their conception of God. Yes, making nonsense of the manifestation of planetary intelligence, appointing itself as God here on earth. Without that, to stifle that amazing DNA, which is the will of God in you, there is no telling what will come out from our genetic memory. And that is how it is. This is yours most truly, St. David, coming to you with the lasting gospel. The gospel that has been hidden from you. The truth about yourself that has been hidden from you and rendered you lost. I'm here to give you back your self-worth that has been stolen from you by letting you know exactly who you are. That's right. That's why I have the audacity and the singular honor and pleasure of titling this series, The Everlasting Gospel That Will Set You Free. Definitely from the choicest part of this planet, where you should expect nothing, literally the best, nothing but the best. I'll catch you later, yours most truly. Peace in the eye.